Are you avoiding something right now? Then you're right where you need to be. I'm Ben with YNAB, and today we're talking about how to stop putting stuff off. We've all procrastinated, and if you're doing it with your finances, then you're in good company. In 2018, Fidelity surveyed over 2,000 Americans and found that 25 to 30% of them reported putting off saving for retirement, building an emergency fund, paying off debt, writing a will, and or making a budget. In the same survey, more than half of the respondents said their procrastination was losing them money. But the cost of financial procrastination is more than just monetary. 41% of people surveyed said their procrastination stressed them out, and nearly a quarter said it made them feel ashamed. So let's talk about why we procrastinate and how we can do better. First, procrastination isn't just putting something off. There are all kinds of valid reasons to wait to do something. Maybe you're not ready to start a debt paydown plan because you need to build up some savings first. That's valid and responsible. We start procrastinating when we choose to delay needlessly. In fact, if we're honest, we typically know that delay will actually make us worse off. So why do we do it? Because we're walking into a well-oiled trap. I'm going to pause here to say that this video wouldn't exist without Dr. Timothy Pitchell, who's basically the godfather of procrastination research. He's got books, lectures and interviews on YouTube, columns in Psychology Today, and a website where he goes into the decades of scientific studies he's done into the psychology and neuroscience behind procrastination. So you definitely don't have to take my word for it. Go check out his research. The procrastination trap consists of 3 parts. First, humans struggle to prioritize long-term rewards over short-term ones. It takes me at least a week to make a video, so would I rather spend my finite time and energy working on this, which isn't going to give me any immediate reward today, or do I want to spend 15 minutes driving to the grocery store and buying a pack of cookies I could eat right now? What are we talking about? Paying off your debt, building your retirement savings, it often takes years to get us where we want to be with these things. We just have to keep the faith and trust it'll be worth it. And that's not easy. But that's just the first part of the trap. The second part is something called intransitive preference structures, and yes, I've already called dibs on that band name, back off. It's like when someone sends me an email that requires a really thoughtful response, and I figure I'll feel like doing it tomorrow, because I certainly don't feel like it today. And then tomorrow comes, and I go, maybe tomorrow I'll feel like it. And then a week goes by, and now it's awkward, and I'm just wishing I knocked it out that first day. Does that make sense? No. Does it happen every time? No comment. Tomorrow always feels like the better option until it's too late. And here's the crucial third piece. As irrational as this pattern seems, it actually is kind of rational. Kind of. Imagine you learned that your teeth would instantly rot and fall out if you didn't schedule a dentist appointment today. You do it, right? Right? But that never happens. My teeth aren't going to go all Raiders of the Lost Ark on me if I wait one more day to make an appointment. In isolation, it's perfectly rational to wait one more day to make that change because one more day isn't going to hurt anybody. One more month of credit card minimum payments isn't going to wreck my financial future forever. But then we do it over and over, slowly sabotaging ourselves. Sometimes we have a deadline that forces us to take action, but most of our financial goals don't. Paying off debt, saving for retirement, making a budget, we can put these off for decades before we feel any sense of urgency. So take all these things together. We already struggle with long-term goals. We always feel like doing it tomorrow, and most of the time, there's no major consequence for waiting just one more day. But we're playing ourselves. And we know it. Tomorrow's not a magical place where everything gets done. Most of the time, it's just another today. So how do we avoid this trap? Calendars, to-do lists, productivity apps, more willpower? Those things can be helpful, but none of them actually deal with the root problem. See, procrastination is not a time management problem. It's an emotion management problem. At its core, procrastination is a form of mood repair. Whatever we're facing, it's causing some negative emotion to bubble up. Maybe you feel guilt over your debt, or maybe you're fearful of what you'll find if you make a budget. That task is making you feel bad, and you don't want to feel bad. So your brain searches for something to repair your mood. I'll probably feel more like it tomorrow. You know that's a lie, but neuroscientists have discovered that this lie actually boosts our mood on a chemical level. It makes you feel better. Or your brain says, hey, don't we need to empty the dishwasher? I'll clean the whole house to avoid a 15-minute phone call with my insurance company because it makes me feel better. It's a short-term reward that says, I'm a good person. Look how clean this house is. It's not about your willpower, and it's not about your time management. It's about feeling better. So if you want to move forward with your goals, financial or otherwise, you need to deal with those negative emotions. A little bit of mindfulness goes a long way here. Next time you feel yourself wanting to push something to tomorrow, try going through this process. First, recognize what you're feeling. What emotion is driving you right now? Are you stressed, afraid, or feeling guilty? Once you've recognized it, allow it to exist. You don't have to like what's happening, but you're not going to make it go away by suppressing it or distracting yourself. Next, investigate. Be curious. Why do you feel this way? What are you afraid of? What specifically is stressing you out? Who told you that you should feel guilty about this? What is the voice in your head actually saying, and is it really true? And finally, nurture with self-compassion. It's easy to think that you need to keep yourself in line or you'll crash and burn. If you give yourself grace, well, you'll become a hopeless, undisciplined failure who procrastinates their life away. But the science just doesn't back that up. One study actually found that people who forgave themselves for putting something off were actually less likely to procrastinate in the future. You're allowed to be kind to yourself. You're a human being. You're not perfect, and that's okay. Struggle is a natural part of growth. So next time you feel like procrastinating, you can use this acronym to help you work through what you're feeling. And you might be like, that's really nice, but how am I supposed to actually stop procrastinating? Just ask yourself this question. What is the next task I need to do? Get as small and concrete as possible. What is literally the next action you need to take? If you want to start a budget, maybe it's grab a pen and paper. If you want to start debt pay down, maybe it's log into your credit card account. Then go do it. That may feel trivial, but it gets you started. And that's the whole ball game. We tend to think that we can only do something when we really feel like it. But actually, the opposite is true. Once we signal to our brain, hey, we're doing this, then your brain will typically go, oh, okay. Motivation follows action, not the other way around. By giving yourself a tiny, super achievable entry point into your project, you can send that start signal to your brain and get your brain into let's get this done mode. Now that sounds easy, but the truth is a lot of us have been building our procrastination habit for years. It's a reliable mechanism for making us feel better, and it won't just disappear overnight. Just remember, it's okay to be patient with yourself, and it's crucial to be kind to yourself. So why not start practicing right now? Ask yourself, what's something I've been putting off with my finances? If you feel that I don't wanna coming from your brain, go through that RAIN acronym. Recognize the emotion, allow it to exist, investigate it, and nurture with self-compassion. Then ask yourself, what's the next action I need to take? Keep it small, keep it concrete, and then go do it. It could be as simple as, going to YNAB.com and starting a free trial of the YNAB money management app, or scrolling down to the description and clicking on one of the helpful resources listed there. I don't know. You might not feel like it today, but are you really going to feel like it tomorrow? Thanks for watching.